Hey dude, I want to talk about the game, but do you have a voice? I definitely have a voice, it just sounds a lot more like yours. Well, the good news is last night someone left a comment with a bunch of helpful tips for how to get your voice back. Did they? Yeah, they said to eat marshmallows. Is that why all day you've been eating all your marshmallows? Yes. Let's go! Do you have a humiliation kit? This is all I ask you to do! I'm having a great finger flick. You're allowed to show up! This team is ruining my life! I'm taking crazy pills!
With you, wherever you are, welcome to LFR.
Leafs lose 6-3. Hey, the marshmallows do actually kind of work. 6-3 at the hands of the New York Islanders. Going to be a bit of a shorter LFR, maybe around the length that yesterday's was, because obviously I sound like an old PS2 being fired up for the first time since, when did PS2s come out? I sound bad. I sound like a combination of Steve-O and Sling Blade. I should probably respond to the comments on this channel more often. I want to respond to this one just because let's all calm down. Steve, man, don't overdo it. That's not what he said, but I'm going to say that's what he said. If you can't film or hell, even talk, ask Adam or Jesse to do the LFR. It would be interesting to see how they would handle an episode. So hey, that's a fun idea to have Adam or Jesse do an LFR episode. It's something we've even sort of talked about from time to time. But we've all got lives. Adam was busy today and Jesse was at the game with the credentials that we've worked very hard to get. We canceled the live stream because it was obvious I wasn't going to get through 2.5, 3 hours like this. Heck, I'm barely going to get through this, but I'm going to get through it. I lost my voice. I don't have the bubonic plague. I'm going to be okay. It'd be one thing if I was wildly sick. Nope. Just lost the voice. If we're being honest, aren't you surprised this doesn't happen a lot more often? It probably should. It's all those marshmallows I eat. Listen, we've pre-recorded a bunch of podcasts and we only have a couple live streams and I have no book signings left. I'm pretty much just doing LFRs over the Christmas break and 2 streams. Going to a Leafs game on Monday. I am not going to be working. The LFR is going to be a little later that day because I'm there to have fun. Christmas Eve is my favorite day of the year, followed very closely by Christmas, Feast of St. Stephen the next day. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, I'm a YouTuber, I'll be all right. And hey, you probably don't want to hear this right now because they got pumped 6-3 by the Islanders on home ice. But I think the Leafs are going to be all right, and this is going to be a weird change of pace. Listen, if they stink out the joint on Monday, especially because I'm there, I might have a different view on the subject. But even good teams have off nights, and even though I haven't loved the way that the Leafs have played in December, their record is very, very good, and they are a very, very good team. You know who's been absolutely incredible recently? Tampa. You know who the Leafs' most dominant win of the season was probably against? Tampa. Just as that night didn't make Tampa a bad team, this night does not make the Leafs a bad team. It was a bad night though. Here's the most important part. No Austin Matthews in the lineup. And it was, I think, because of Dennis Gilbert yesterday. Luke Fox tweeted that Craig Berube acknowledged this Dennis Gilbert cross-check from yesterday aggravated Austin Matthews' injury. Always loved to get one of the greatest goal scorers of his generation injured by a fringe defenseman on the most sad sack franchise in the NHL over the last decade and a half. But here's the thing, even though Dennis Gilbert is the one who delivered the cross-check that went uncalled, by the way, even though Dennis Gilbert did that, that is basically just what the playoffs are. It's not even a goal-scoring contest. It's who can cross-check the most. And I was about to say, the difference is that in the playoffs, those cross-checks are allowed. They're allowed right now. He didn't even get called. I guess what I'm saying is Matthews is going to have to learn to live with that. And we don't even know specifically what the injury is, but look at where Gilbert cross-checked him, and there's your answer. Somewhere in the back part of the core, I believe they call that the back. And if it needs surgery, it needs surgery, but it doesn't look like he's going to get that till the offseason. So now it's about maintaining him. During a month of December that has 4 back-to-backs. All 4 of those back-to-backs, by the way, include travel. I don't know what the Leafs did to deserve that. They play in Toronto, go to Pittsburgh. They play in Detroit, go to Toronto. They play in Buffalo, go to Toronto. They play in Detroit later this month, go to Toronto. Yeah, I know most of that travel is not huge travel, but it's travel. And it's travel after playing an NHL game. This isn't driving home from the office. It's driving or flying home after getting cross-checked all night. So is Matthews going to play Monday? Here's Jesse Blake quoting Craig Berube on the long-term health of Austin Matthews. I'm hoping here with the break coming up, he can get some relief, feel better, be ready to go, recharge. That's all I can say about it. I don't think he's playing Monday. Now, the game. Without breaking down every goal, because I don't know if we need to relive that, there were a few just really obviously bad things. Number one is their start. They were down 2-0 less than 5 minutes in. Here's Jesse Blake quoting Oliver Ekman-Larsson on the Leafs' slow start. We were not ready from the start. It felt like we were a couple of steps behind. I don't think we have an excuse. We can't use that we played last night. We gotta find ways to play better than what we did tonight. Okay, that's the right attitude to have. That's a great attitude to have. You can't use the fact that you played last night and back-to-back with travel and all that as an excuse, because the Leafs actually have a winning record in these situations, which is not what they have done over the Matthews, Marner, Nylander era. But it is December 21st, and the Leafs have played 11 games this month. Even with the Christmas break, they still have 4 left, including a back-to-back. The Leafs just finished playing 3 games in 4 nights, and when they play the Winnipeg Jets, one of the best teams in the NHL, on Monday, that will be their 3rd game in 4 nights. If the Leafs look bad in this one, if the Leafs have not looked up to their standard this month, even though they've been winning, dude, they're exhausted. If they looked so good in November, which they did, it's because they barely played. Everyone else they were playing was exhausted. It was the Leafs running them over. Half the team was injured, fair enough, but the players they had left, I think it helped that they were rested. So the Leafs down 2-0, bing bang. After the first period, Jesse Blake quoting William Nylander on Berube's message during early first period timeout, just wake the up. The first response I saw to this quote is they did not, which it's a very funny tweet, but it's also not true, because after that timeout, the Leafs pulled to within 1 twice, including less than 6 minutes into the second period. There was a lot of hockey left, like Craig Berube said, on the bench, and the Leafs almost got back into it a few times. William Nylander was just about the only player who looked good. Him lying down on the ice after scoring, like, I wish they won that game so bad. That was so funny. Bobby McMann scored. Hooray, we like that. But Isaiah George from the GTA scores his first career NHL goal, because of course he does. Noah Dobson puts one in. The Islanders got so many chances and whiffed on a bunch of them. The defense was terrible in front of Woll. That wasn't Woll's best game either. Nobody looked good. This is why I'm not like breaking this down like pixel by pixel. But here's what I do want to break down. The third line that was so good last night has been so good for a few games. Bobby McMann scored a goal in this one, -3. Max Domi did not score a goal in this one, -3. Nick Robertson in 12 minutes, -3. If you watched the stream yesterday where I slowly lost my voice, I kept pointing out, hey, this line giveth and this line taketh away. They perform magical stuff in the offensive zone. They really do. We've seen it. They scored. They have offensive talent. Oh, do they just stink in the defensive zone, dude? There's no good way to put it. I'm not saying the line stinks. I'm just saying if you keep this line together, you're going to have nights like you did against Buffalo, and you're going to have nights like you did against the Islanders. They got exposed, and they got exposed bad. Like, dude, Matthews isn't in the lineup. Max Domi, who is playing center, only gets to under 15 minutes, and he's a -3. Robertson, so many steps forward in 12 minutes. Are you telling me every 4 minutes you're a dash? Even Marner was a -2 in 18 minutes, and that's so strange to me, because with Matthews out, you would think Berube would ride the other top guys so much harder. Like, Willie looked great. He got over 20 minutes. Tavares got over 20 minutes. I'm surprised Marner didn't get up there. Here's what I'll say. I hope they win Monday, and then after that win for the Christmas break, they go wherever they're going to go, and they put themselves in a cryo chamber. Just 72 hours in there like Mr. Freeze's wife. That movie came out a long time ago. I can do better than that. Like Master Chief? Like, yeah, sort of does that too. All right, that's better. Because this is a really good hockey team, but they look exhausted out there. Questions. Is the Craig Berube experiment over? Okay, I know your question is a joke, but it does allow me to bring something up. You're down a center. You're down a very important center. You have a guy on your roster who you played in your top 6 for a significant amount of time this season. You even made him a center in the top 6. It's Pontus Holmberg. You didn't even play him. Why? Like, I'm not trying to bash Ryan Reeves. Putting Connor Dewar in the lineup does make sense. You're down a center. You're down talent. You're down the ability to score, the ability to defend. Matthews does everything for you. Why wouldn't you dress Holmberg in this game? I don't understand that. I hate the Sabres. I think you're lost. That's off topic, but you're correct. Did the Leafs play the exact same way the past 5+ games, but now they got the expected result? No, I just think they're deteriorating a little bit. They need a rest bad. The World Juniors won tonight. Hey, we like that at all. This is the question. This is the question right here. On a scale of 1 to 10, is Fraser Minten playing on Monday? I say 10. David Kampf played better than I thought he would in the role that he did. You don't have to do that. And because you don't have to do that, you shouldn't. I'm going to go with a 7 out of 10. We should definitely see Fraser Minten for that game. Now, speaking of rest, I rest. For now, that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. Tomorrow, I'm just going to shut up.